The parable of Lazarus is super theologically rich, which is why we're not doing one, but two videos about it. And it's a story of Lazarus, who is a poor beggar full of sores, who suffers while a rich man is living it up inside his own home. That is until they both die. And then Lazarus goes up to be in heaven with Abraham, while the rich man suffers and is tormented in hell. His torment is so bad that he pleads with Abraham to be relieved of it, to which he gets a resounding no. This parable is about the corruption of wealth, justice, and injustice, and it gives us a way in which we can handle suffering. Both the parable of the shrewd manager, which we covered in this video, and the parable of Lazarus revolve around Jesus' statement that one cannot serve both God and money. In this story, the rich man serves as an ugly picture as to how indulging in wealth can affect both individuals and communities. For example, we are told that this rich man has sumptuous feasts every day, which would seem to suggest that he does not observe the Sabbath. The Sabbath was a day of rest that even the workers and slaves of masters were supposed to observe, but if this rich man is not observing it, then neither are his workers. His lack of observance is not only corrupting him, but is also corrupting those around him. That is not even getting into how he treated Lazarus. All Lazarus wanted was to eat the scraps off of the many feasts that this man had. And yet, we are giving a very vivid illustration as to how even dogs, who the Jews considered to be impure animals, just as impure as pigs, treat Lazarus better than this rich man does. The problem in this story isn't the man's wealth, but it's the fact that he seems to be only living for wealth's sake. This makes him a slave to it, and it's a slavery that is not only oppressing the rich man, but also those around him. Because of how this parable ends, it would be very easy for us to think that the biggest lesson that it has for us is about heavenly justice and suffering, which we will cover on our next video. But as I mentioned before, we can't lose sight of the fact that both the parable of the shrewd manager and this one bracket Jesus' statement that one cannot serve both God and money. In one way, these two parables are a huge encouragement and an invitation for us to think about a world in which wealth serves God. A world in which wealth is a tool for building communities that are good. Communities in which the needy are taken care of, and wealth is a conduit for building relationships and not breaking them. The challenge for us is to not just have our imaginations ignited by these parables, but to really think of ways in which we can make what we think is possible into a reality.